Good morning, my friends. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Talk It Out, Talk It Out, Talk It Out at my home outside. That's where I'm at today. So, I was trying to think about what to talk about today. And I mean, I may be one of the last people to talk about this to anybody, but it's what I'm going to do anyway. So Easter is tomorrow. I cannot believe that we are already almost through the month of April. Hi, Bailey. And so I wanted to just come on today and talk a little bit about what I looked up as far as the meaning of Easter and just different things. I mean, I know what it is, obviously, but just, again, I'm probably one of the last people to be preaching about anything or talking about anything such as this. But so some notes that I have written down. So basically, Easter, it's a story of comeback, and we all have those comeback moments. There's many times that we feel like it's hard to rise again when we've been defeated for whatever reason. But Easter, it's about rising again, rebirth after loss, of hope after despair, and just finding that strength to start again. And many ups and downs in our lives. And as I've aged and gotten older, I wish I could have appreciated it a little bit more when I was younger, but, we don't until that time comes later on in life, and here I am. I can just start again putting my pieces together of why I'm here, my purpose, my whatever. And I truly do feel that God is moving me. Again, I feel like I'm probably one of the last people to talk about that, but with recent influences in my life over the years, it now makes sense why these people, these times have happened to me. So yesterday was Good Friday, and just like anybody, we all have our Fridays where we're disappointed, or we're grieving, or we're just having a crap day, to be honest, and you just feel like nothing's going right. And there's and I always question why sometimes I have to go through what I have to go through. And again, it's just part of growing and learning, and as long as you get up and keep going, that's what matters. So Easter reminds us all that these moments, they don't have a final say. So again, hopefully we grow from that. So I've talked about it before, and again, my purpose as far as what Talk It Out is about, I'm still growing and learning that. And I've talked about it, and what I say here, what I share here, is not that I'm any kind of professional of any sort or whatever, because by no means am I. And but I do think that we all learn best from personal stories. And I've talked about my depression before, maybe not in really great detail. And every time I try to go back to where I was, it's my late teens, early 20s when I went through it. I really need to sit down and just write all the feels and the thoughts and the things that I went through at that time. But I start doing it, and then I actually just kind of get a little, sidetracked when I'm going through it. So, but whenever I was going through my depression, there were many, many, many times that I would picture ways to die. And so I guess in a nutshell means taking my life as somehow or another. But then I also had that pull of, there's just no way I could do it. But then I would also be like, but gosh, this world would be a better place if I weren't in it. Or my family would be better off not having to put up with my craziness or whatever. And that's hard to like really sit and talk about. And it really sucks. And honestly, there's a lot of people out there who go through depression, true anxiety, and they don't know how to deal with it. And, you know, I've told you guys, I mean, of course, I'm listening to Mel Robbins and, you know, probably how I thought to work on my depression at that time. I mean, you don't know. I mean, you don't know really how to go about it, except I knew I needed help. And so I sought help. I, you know, got to a counselor and went that route and started working on myself. And it took many, many years. And but with the right support, having to look at my notes, sorry. With the right support, you can get through anything. And honestly, at that time, my family probably for the longest time did not even know that I had, any kind of, depression or issues or any sort. Poor Jeff though, poor Jeff got the raw end of the deal. He really saw a lot. And I still say, I don't know how he stuck with me for so long. Especially through those crazy times, because I can sit and think about times that, I mean, there'd be times I'd hit myself or I'd, you know, just be crazy, honestly. And yet he would still be there. Or, you know, maybe he would pick up and leave, but I would see him the next day. Like he was just always there. And I'm truly grateful for that. I mean, even if he didn't know how to handle me, because who does, even today, he still stuck by me. And so I'm truly grateful for that. And so I know a lot of us suffer out there and it's hard to really talk about it. And I just want you to know that if you're ever going through anything, not saying that I have the right advice, but I'm definitely a person who will sit and listen. If you want my advice, I'm getting better about trying to make sure you want it before I just offer it. Otherwise, I can sit there and I can listen to you. And I'm happy to do that for anybody, because I get it. I understand it. And going through that was like one of the roughest times, but there is a reason for it. And part of that reason is where I'm at today. So here I am. So again, Jeff was a saint through all of that. My sad days, I'm just totally grateful that he truly stuck it out with me. So, and I mean, I grew up going to church every Sunday and whatever. And so actually some of the things I remember was like not, you know, as a kid, you just don't tend to really take it that serious or whatever. And then at some point, my family just stopped going and just kind of went our separate ways. And then here I am in my 50s trying to still figure it out. And I'm learning every day. I'm far from knowing and understanding, but I am trying to live the way that he wants me to. And so I know back then, probably then I didn't realize it. Like I know God was in my corner and he brought me through that. But I probably really did not lean on him like I should have. And so those are just things that I'm still working on today. So as I always say, I'm always a work in progress. No lie there. And honestly, I am working on investing in myself. That's one of the things I preach at work. And I'm having to do it for myself. And I want to be a better person. I want to make this place a better place to live. I want to make you a better person in whatever way. So, again, always here to listen to anybody at any point in time. I'm not going to always have the right words, may not have any words except to just be there and listen to you. And I'm happy to do that. So just a reminder to all that it's never too late to start again. It's never too late to forgive. It's never too late to dream. I'm learning that. And it's never too late to heal. So just remember that no matter your age, young, older, whatever, it's never too late for any of that stuff. So just like Easter morning, we can, joy can come after the darkest night. So there's always light at the end of the tunnel. A quote that I read this morning, you know me, all about my quotes. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. So when that happens, should have got a tissue. You know, as long as you're learning from the good, the bad, the ugly, and you get up and just keep pushing forward, like that's what matters. So keep being that person. Another little quote that I got this morning was be positive, be optimistic, and most of all, be determined. Your goals deserve the best of you. And things are happening for me right now. I don't know how the outcome's going to be or not, but I am excited more than scared. The old me would be like totally terrified, but I'm not. And so that's kind of awesome for me. But you know, I know I've not been the most consistent with doing my lives, but I really want to throw it out there that we learn best from personal stories. So if you've got a story to share, even if you're not anywhere local and we just want to hook up, like this via live or whatever, like I'm game. Let's do it. Let's share our stories. Some that are scary to even share, but somebody out there, somebody needs to hear it. And, so I just encourage you to first of all, keep sticking with me through this journey that I'm on. Just so you know, Michelle is still in my back pocket. She's not gone anywhere. Just working out some things. I truly believe some of the people that I have come in contact with through Talk It Out, there's a purpose for that. And, funny story. So the other day I was at work and, I was in the little canteen store and all of a sudden I get this nudge coming behind me. I'm like, what the heck? And it's Roman. So any of you who saw Kevin McDonald and Roman on Talk It Out, they were there. I was so excited. Like I didn't even see Kevin. It was just Roman coming up to me and just loving on me. And so that was like the best thing ever. We should totally have therapy dogs all over any work facility. I mean, they just bring the best in you and it just made my day. So it was so awesome. And Kevin even said, it's like he sensed that you were there and he was like tugging at me. And then I realized it was you. And so then I told him it was okay for him to go and get you. And that just warmed my heart. So, Kevin would like to do another run of, Bark It Out sometime. So, you know, maybe we'll come up with something with that too. But, it was great seeing them. So I truly am blessed. Again, I do try my very best to be a good example for others and not perfect by no means, but I am better than what I was. And so there's that. So anyways, I also want to throw out there, I am, you know, I'm still experimenting. I used to make jewelry with my sisters a long time ago. I am back at it again. I love these bracelets. I need to find a little thing to put them on. This one says Faith, but I don't want to make too many because I really want to personalize it for what you want, which is why I don't have a whole lot made. But I have been experimenting. So I do have some made up, like this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's what I had to do before I got on today. I just needed to get on here and do it. This one, some of you may get it if you saw me talk about the High Five book by Mel Robbins. This is a nice little reminder. And I'm up for anything. So, or if you've got like something you're picturing how you want it to look, bead wise, whatever. I'm trying to use what I've got in stock, obviously, because, you know, it only makes sense. But I'm happy to try to work with what you truly want. This one says, give it to God. And they're just little stretch bracelets. This is let them, let me. So these are actually the bigger beads, the squares, and I like them, but not as well as I like these smaller ones. So to give you a comparison, but I have some of these. It's hard to, these are the black beads. Let's see if I've got small. Yeah, here's one that says be still. So maybe trying to compare, the bead size. So I like the smaller ones better than the bigger ones, and so I think I'll probably go that route more than using the bigger ones. But when I first started this, it was just all about the whole let them, let me theory. And so the letters I bought were like multiple letters to be able to do let them, let me. And then I decided to explore a little bit more. TIO, Talk It Out, little sunflowers, that's my go. I'm super excited. I just placed an order to have little metal tags made so that if people don't want TIO on it, and I want to do that because I want to share, I mean, this is linked to what I'm doing. And so I still want to include Talk It Out on there. So I like the little TIO, but I'm having little metal dangles. I accidentally called them a dongle the other day because I couldn't, or I think spell check actually did that, Dominique. But I'm having it engraved on there. They said they could do my logo and engraving it on the little metal piece. So I'm super excited. I hope it turns out the way I'm picturing it. And then that way I can always add a little metal tag to each bracelet so that it reminds everybody where this came from. I think that's pretty much well. I'll turn it over. If I shared that one, turn it over was another bracelet. And of course, I can't handle just wearing one. I have to like wear them all because, well, I just love them all. So there's that too. But again, this one is my CC one that I love. If I'm making some with all the gold beads like this, these are actually the nicer beads. And so these do cost a little bit more as far as that goes. But if you don't want something, you want more color, happy to do those beads too. So anyway, hit me up. If you, oh, here's one I made just for Kara. I need to deliver it to her today. She wanted something with her kids' initials and date of birth. And so we took all that and combined one bracelet to put that on there. So super excited on how that turned out. And again, if you've got any ideas, I'm writing those down so that I can have them for future reference. And I want to personalize it for you. So again, the reason why I don't have too many made up because not everybody likes what I like. And so I'm going to personalize for what you want. So anyways, I saw Jenny and Senda get on here. Sorry I was talking, but thank you for joining. One thing I want to end with, because I try to do this now because I stole it from Matt Brown. It's just a nice reminder. So, you go nowhere by coincidence or accident. You are going where you are going, God is sending you. And where you are, He has placed you. God has a purpose for your life, right where you are. Christ Jesus, who indwells you, has something that He wants to do in and through your life, right where you are. Believe this and go in His love and in His grace and in His power. So, you're here for a purpose. Figure out what that purpose is and just start sharing. Also a reminder, invest in yourself. Listen to those audibles that I've shared with you guys to listen to. I'm telling you, I love them. I love it, but you've got to be willing to want to change too. So, just listening to somebody is not going to make that happen. But whenever I start playing those books or those podcasts or whatever, like it just picks me up and makes me want to do this even more. So thank you for putting up with me. Again, reach out. I'm here. No professional by any means. I'm just going off personal experiences. We learn best from each other. So have a blessed day. Happy Easter. Enjoy your family time and what Easter is all about. All right, guys, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.